all this stuff should be recording. Oh, look at them cans on my head. I don't know if I really like that look. Let's go with more of a casual look and just see my ear holes. Hey guys, so there's been a lot that's been going on that I've been having in the background in terms of like regular life stuff and professional life stuff and just the life stuff that I want to carry on with. So this is kind of just an impromptu video to just keep everything in check and up to date and hopefully on the right path. I think I've been organizing things pretty well so far. And you know, as a proof, I made a list of things I want to talk about. And I didn't have a notepad, but I had this plate, so we're gonna just follow this. But from a few things like that I've had in the background that I've been wanting to share for quite some time, was my Patreon. I didn't really ever think that I would get to a point of ever just like, you know, working on enough stuff and getting enough interaction with people to actually warrant a Patreon, but I'm pretty proud that I've made it to the point where like I've had enough skill for my art that I've studied over the past like 3 years to engage with a lot of people and make strides in. I'm actually able to draw at a decent level and share that, and people like it. So that leads me to, from this kind of just freelance lifestyle of just, you know, independent client one-on-one interaction with me to working on bigger projects. I really think that the goal is to make something that's more like, I almost said like digestible, or I just want to make something that's like it takes longer to get through. So that's like it's like a big meal, and I think I'm just talking about food because I'm hungry. But I've been wanting to make a comic for quite some time, and I didn't know like what direction to take or anything, and that's been what's inhibiting me from really starting. I think that I just have to throw stuff at the wall and just start. Like no matter what it is, I'm gonna start, and that's what's like kind of kicking off like me in 2020. Like, oh, that's like 2019 Theo wouldn't do this, but 2020 Theo he's not gonna like miss a step or miss a beat. He's gonna be on it the best that he can. That's what I want to do. So I've seen other artists do this. They will start their Patreon with a bit of a like something to like let the viewers know, to let their audience know like, hey, this is what I'm working on, and if you want to see more of it, go to my link or whatever that I'll pop into screen or down below or something like that. In my case, like a lot of the artists that I follow and want to support, actually, they have comics going on and they're sharing like a really juicy, cool, or interesting or sexy story or something like that, and I think I want to go down that path. I've been thinking about it for quite some time, and yeah, I want to work on a bigger project than just one-off commissions. I still want to do commissions like here and there on the side, but I definitely won't open up like as much as I have been in the past, because I'll have now just this big project that I can work on more consistently and then put out like, let's say, 1 page a week. I think that's a perfect amount of time to respect like my time with family, my time with friends, and my time with my day job. I mean, you only got 24 hours a day, and a third of it you spend sleeping, and the other third you spend working. So I really gotta delegate my time really kind of like micromanagingly, and that's kind of the stressful part. So if I can do something consistently and show you guys that I can do something consistently, then we can build this project, I guess, yeah, in a sense together, because that's what Patreon is. I want to use that platform as a way to support this, like my dreams and my passions, basically. And I want to do a whole lot more collaborations with people, and I think that also ties into like just from the comic. I'm also working on TreeBark. I mean, I've done already like a handful of episodes, and I've really liked it. I like organizing and emailing people and letting them know that, hey, I'm interested in, I'm sorry for the background noise, my AC just kicked in, but I'm really interested in people in our community that want to talk about like their experience and what they've done in the fandom, and just share that with everybody, because I think, I don't know, everyone's got a really interesting story, and I've always learned from their stories. And I'm a kind of a, just on a personal note, like I'm really like kind of introspective. I like thinking about what people would do in these situations and how I could apply that to my life, and I want to tie that into my art career and stuff. I want to get more artists on the podcast and think about like how would they tackle this situation, or how could I improve a project or a personal I don't know, life improvement step. Like how could I apply that to myself and share that with others? So that's kind of like the whole, you know, ethos and pathos and stuff behind those projects. If you heard in the intro, or I'll play it right now, that was the intro that I just commissioned from a friend of a friend of a friend. I worked with a really brilliant artist. He's a musician, super talented, super cool, super nice dude. I'll link his channel and his work in the description below, or wherever I can. Yeah, like highly recommend. Like he's super cool, and I really appreciate that he took the time to do that. I sent him a bunch of sample stuff that I like, a bit of, you know, like sound bites from different video games to like different like soundtracks that I like personally, and like he mishmashed it in a way that I've never really done an audio music commission before, but it came out beautifully, and I really like it, and I want to use it for all of my intros. It's like perfect, and it makes me feel like really like warm, because like I'm like I feel more legitimate. I feel a little bit more professional in what I'm doing. Okay, so with all of that in mind, like the way that I'm thinking about formatting my schedule is having 3 types of content released weekly. So that ranges from the comic, 1 page, to the podcast. I do at least want to have 1 person to interview per week and release it within that 7-day like grace period. And lastly is the FMFs. I like, come on, you gotta include the memes. You can always make time for memes. So I think that's like beyond, like if I didn't do all this stuff just professionally, like on, like if I had a whole day to do this stuff, I think that would be like incredible and amazing, but I simply don't, and I don't think a lot of people too can afford that kind of lifestyle. And I'm gonna do like my best with all of the things that I have to do already, to put out more consistent weekly content, and I hope you'll join me on this journey. It's kind of funny to say, because it's like really nervous. I'm really nervous about, you know, delivering, but I'm really excited too. It's kind of like that, like duality of jumping into something new and not knowing what to really expect, but I really want to give it my all. So thanks. If you want to see more of this boy, then, you know, I think what I want to tell people most often is like giving retweets or sharing it or commenting on somebody's work is like one of the most valuable things, because it's feedback. Yeah, I love reading comments on content that I put out more than anything, because it's showing me that like I put out something and somebody responded to it, and if anything, I can sometimes get good constructive criticism, and that's super valuable. So if you want to see some more work and some lems, yeah, I hope you join me, and I think that covers the full plate. Okay, so I'll see you guys. Bye bye. Drop my plate.